What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Engineers Without Filters podcast, episode 21. I'm your host, Jacob Thompson, and tonight I'm drinking an Atwater Brewery Better Life Choices IPA.
Classic.
Taking a book out from Joseph.
Joseph here with Coors Banquet. Classy as always.
Gabe Tillman here with the Silo of Two Hearted.
Sound a little fancy.
And Dayton, drinking the lowest tier here with Old Milwaukee. At least it's not the blue one.
That's not a silo, that's a tall boy. Silo's a 24 ounce.
Oh,
can.
okay.
That's like what Patty's drinking over there.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's a pint. Sorry, it's
Pint
a pint.
is a tall boy.
Okay.
Get your nomenclature
I
correct.
actually assumed they
Gabe.
were synonyms.
No.
No, very incorrect.
Oh.
What you have is a tall boy.
Okay.
Natty Daddy is a silo.
Well, thank you.
Silo plus 1 ounce.
Yes.
Okay. I got you.
Overflowed
And
silo.
only for $1, and that's when
educating.
you have bad decisions.
See, it's because then you know for a fact how many ounces are in whatever beer you're describing.
I got you. Or you could just say it's a 25 ouncer,
No,
or
no,
24
no.
ouncer,
No,
or
no, no,
16
no.
ouncer.
You could, but it's more fun
Well,
to
then what
throw
about all
slang
day?
at 'em.
Yeah,
All
isn't
day
that
is
like a
just
13
weird.
or something.
It's like 11.
19.2.
Is it? I thought it was like.
Does that just hit like a certain alcohol content?
It's got to. Well, it's a lower alcohol content, so I
It
don't know why
is.
it's.
Yeah, it's.
But I feel like it'd be a pain in the butt for like producing cans.
Well, it's
and
more
stuff.
expensive
Well,
than
it's
Two
the
Hearted
same.
Pints.
It's just a taller version of like a.
Yeah, but like I wonder if like for shelving, if that comes into consideration for certain like markets and stuff.
Because
I don't know.
it's like thin and tall. Like it's.
It's just like a normal can size, and then it's just like extruded up.
Yeah.
Is it? I thought it was narrower.
No.
Um,
It's a weird ass can for a beer though.
It is.
But it makes it stand out, I guess.
I don't know. I like it.
Yeah.
The beer, that is.
Yeah.
Side tangent. Do you guys prefer cans or bottles?
Cans.
Cans. Way more convenient. Plus,
I'm kind of a bottle guy.
Dude,
like
bottles
bottles,
are
too.
such a pain in the ass.
they're heavy and.
Because it's such an inconvenience.
Well, no,
I mean,
just like carrying around. Carrying a six pack.
Carrying 6-pack is way more pain in the ass.
Yeah, that's true.
But they just look cooler and they feel
Yeah.
cooler. You know what I'm saying?
That's
They
it's
do-
the novelty. It's
they
like
look
you get a
classy.
can of Coke or a bottle of Coke. You know, you get the bottle. And
That
like,
doesn't do anything for me.
I don't
I
know.
dig it.
But if
It
it comes
depen-
down to like pints, I'd much rather have it in a glass at that
Well,
point.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, yeah. Well, that's very different.
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm not gonna buy a bottle of PBR. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
They
They
cost
do-
the same.
they make bottles be
Yeah,
yeah,
yes,
they
they
do.
do.
I had one at the club.
It costs
Yeah.
more for the bottles than it does for the cans.
Does it?
Yeah.
I thought it was the same price.
It's more.
Yeah. So there's.
It makes no fucking sense.
Why would I spend more?
Okay, but when
for
it's
the same shitty
craft beer, I want
Yeah.
it in a bottle.
Yeah.
I want to know that's it's crafted. I don't know.
With care.
Even then, I still don't give a shit.
So I mean, maybe it's just me like
Bottles just
thinking
seem
this, so it's
classier.
true. I feel like stuff tastes better in a bottle. But
Well, you've got the amber glass that helps the.
Oh my god, that's such a crock of fucking marketing bullshit.
all right, well, thanks for listening, guys. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at EWF Podcast. And you can find us on Spotify, iTunes, and SoundCloud every Monday at 9 a.m. Our topic this week, we're going to be doing some questions. So, to intro this, there was a quote-unquote study in... I keep using... Because, it's obviously bullshit. But there was a study in 2015, basically how to fall in love with somebody. And the idea is you ask each other... You sit down with somebody, you ask 36 questions, and then you stare into each other's eyes for 4 minutes uninterrupted.
Can you blink in that time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just you're looking in
You're just
somebody's
crying.
I'm
for
just
4
gonna
minutes.
blink for 4 minutes. I'm just like,
Staring contest for 4 minutes.
And supposedly after you go through this, then you're in love with the person. Now, I think it definitely fosters like a deep respect or knowledge about somebody based on the questions I've kind of scanned them off the top. I've never stared in somebody's eyes for 4 minutes, but I'm sure things happen. I just don't think it's 100% guaranteed.
I feel like a lot of these studies, people obviously like scientists or whatever, they want their thing to be published. They want it to get attention.
Yep.
So, but nobody like wants to reproduce them. So they just like, oh, this thing links with this thing because the data says it does, and then it makes a headline. But nobody wants to try and like reproduce it because that doesn't make them famous.
And
What makes
especially
them
when you're
famous
dealing
is
with-
making those wild claims.
Yeah, when you're dealing with humans, things just get very complicated. Like,
Yeah, there's so many variables.
me and Dayton talked about like nutrition studies a lot, and they're just bullshit.
Probably
all the time.
garbage, dude.
Like there's the classical one is like drinking red wine every day is as good
Oh,
as going
yeah.
to the gym. And it's like, this is straight up not fucking true.
Yeah.
The link is like this one like chemical is in wine and also you produce it when you work out, but like
Yeah.
it's
That's what I'm saying. I think it's just more of like, because some of the stories are cool, so you want them to be true.
Yeah.
You know? And you're like, oh, that's a neat fact. But like, the more you think about it, it's like, if someone did that 100 times, would the answer still be the same?
Yeah.
Or like, is their logic even correct? And it's usually fucking not.
Yeah.
They're just trying to get a story.
And humans are so complicated anyway with like lifestyle and
Right.
upbringing and diet.
Especially when you're
and-
dealing with people.
Yeah, so. But anyway, we're going to indulge this study and just go through some of the questions. I doubt we'll get through all 36.
There'll be a 4 minutes of silence.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna form a love square.
Well, 4 minutes. So then, are we all staring at each
Wait,
other's eyes?
you guys can't like split your eyes.
Okay, but even so, I only have 2 eyes to split.
It's like
There's
it's
three
like a
other guys
shootout, but with our eyes.
to look at 3 people. Like,
We're not going to do the fucking staring
Okay,
shit.
okay,
I just think these are interesting questions, so we're just for the sake of discussion.
Okay.
I'm just enjoying where these questions
I
came
just
from.
imagine us standing in a square, like each one of us like our eyes are just like split at a 90-degree angle. And we're just like
One
looking
going
at it.
left, one going right.
Well, is that like a Borderlands 2 thing, like the trucks can stand off or whatever?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get into it. Now we're in set 1, Gabe. All right, these are like the
how many
there's three-
sets are there?
There's 3 sets.
Okay.
All right, and it gets progressively more deep as we go. All right.
Why don't we start at the back and work our way
It's
front?
freaking-
Freaking, that's hypothetically, that's not the right word. Metaphorically, drop Pochinki.
Oh god, so deep. All right, first question.
Dropping
Given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest? And yes, they have to be currently alive.
To be currently alive.
Who would you want to have dinner with?
My first thought was some shitty joke like, my dad, because he still hasn't come back to get cigarettes from the gas station.
Man, I don't know. That's a tough one.
Currently alive dinner guest.
Does anybody have an answer right
I-
now?
I
so
got-
they can
I got
buy me some time.
I mean, so here's the thing. I think there's a few approaches. One would be like, what would be like fun? And what would be like, what would you like to learn something? You know? I think the fun side, I'd love to have dinner with like John Mulaney or like Jimmy Fallon. I think that'd be really fun.
Kanye West.
God, no.
That would be so interesting.
It'd be so intimidating, dude.
It'd be
Oh,
so
man.
funny. Just like, especially like, I'm imagining like, are we talking like going out to dinner or like, am I cooking this person a meal?
Oh, it's going out. That's
You're going out.
Yeah.
It's like a
Okay.
one-on-one at a restaurant if you're choosing.
Dude,
probably.
I just
I
imagine.
want to go with Donnie Trump so he can get me Wendy's.
Wendy's nugs.
Yeah,
from
what was the
Donnie
other
Trump.
thing he got? It was Wendy's and
You
something.
get like 5.
There's like
McDonald's
McDonald's and
and
Taco Bell.
Taco, yeah.
I think Burger King.
That's
Yeah,
what I
The
want.
classics.
No,
But would you want knowledge or you want entertainment?
Oh, entertainment.
I'd go to knowledge. I think
Wow.
knowledge.
Would you like Bill Gates or like...
He has so many AMAs. I'll just read through those.
He actually has one going on
I know
right
he has
now.
one today.
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking about it. I don't know. I feel like I would probably maybe I'd go a little bit more tactical and I'd go for someone that's like a little bit prominent in my field, so I get an in. You know.
But you don't know who that'd be off the top of your head right now?
I couldn't tell you right now, no.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like that could be really helpful. You know.
Yeah. I was thinking like a musical artist too, maybe.
Oh yeah,
But I don't know who I'd pick.
definitely do music. Actually, I changed my answer.
Yeah.
I do musicians because there's a couple of songs that like I want to know what they mean,
Mm-hmm.
but like I don't want to pay the $100 meet and greet fee.
Yeah.
So
I would just worry about like the Don't Meet Your Heroes stuff. Because what if there's like a song you like really like and you're like, dude, what does it mean? Like, oh, it's just like, I don't know. It's nothing.
yeah, that's true. But at least I'd know. Because like sometimes some artists purposely like, oh, I'm never gonna tell you what it is, so you get to figure it out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The artist that I'm thinking of, like the one I mentioned all the time on the show, he definitely has a meaning for it. It just like hasn't, you know.
Is that, wait, Tremonti or Bedlam?
Tremonti.
Yeah.
What makes you think that he'll tell you then?
Some
Some
random.
snot-nosed kid.
Because I'm buying his fucking dinner. I don't know. I'd hope so.
Dayton, what do you got?
I think I would just go with one of my good friends from New Zealand.
It's gonna be hard to see him
Because of the
otherwise.
distance.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can Skype him, but it's not the same, I suppose.
Yeah.
Dude, you could Skype and eat like chicken nugs.
No, because I agree with Jacob. I don't think that you should meet your heroes. Like I don't want to.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I don't really look up to celebrities that much anyway. So like, I feel like celebrities is like the go-to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, they're just normal people that just have their lives more televised.
Yeah.
So.
I think one person I would be okay with would be like Logic, because I was a lot of interviews with him and I kind of understand the person he is more or less, you know. So I'd be like okay with that. I was thinking like kind of funny guys too.
Yeah.
But I can meet them anyway because I meet greets all the time like around the country. So I've already met one of them.
You don't want to waste it.
Yeah, I don't want to waste on somebody that I could never like have access to otherwise.
Yeah. I'm not really big into like looking up to celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
Like musicians, I think are interesting because they have like, or even artists in general, like they have something to say.
Yeah.
Like through their art, and like that's what I would like to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like I obsess over like what they ate for fucking lunch or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like Entertainment Tonight, they're like, so and so wore this dress and she
Dude.
looked fucking ugly.
Fucking E is the worst channel.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit is just such
Dude,
garbage.
Every time I come home from high school, my mom would have Entertainment Tonight and what's the other Insider Edition, which are the
Inside
same
Edition.
fucking show. They have the same stories.
Dude, every show on that network is the same.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like so dumb. I don't give a shit. I think that's where my hatred from like most celebrities came from, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, that's a good tangent. That's just anything else to add.
I was gonna make another shitty joke about like
Only has jokes.
Sean Evans so that I could be on Hot Ones.
Yeah.
He's the host.
Would you want to be on Hot Ones?
No,
I
that
was gonna
sounds
say,
horrible.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Sounds like the
I would
worst.
want you to be on Hot Ones.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So I could watch.
Yeah. Also, yeah, I don't know, but like that, I really don't have anyone that I don't know.
What about who's the flute guy again?
The flute guy.
The fucking
Anchorman.
no.
Ron Burgundy.
No, the jazz flute guy that does the solos, and I'm fucking
Jethro Tull.
Yeah, Jethro Tull. Oh, Jethro Tull.
Are they still alive? Actually, they are definitely still alive. I almost went to see them live.
Are they alive? Oh, I almost watched one of their shows.
Yeah,
I guess they could be alive.
Okay, well, most of those guys are dead. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe a couple like I guess MKBHD. He'd be kind of interesting. Just because from what I can tell, he seems like a pretty down to earth guy. And
He's like 24. He's
Yeah,
not much
like-
older than us.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, what Gus Johnson? That'd be hilarious, dude. Or even like H3H3 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, at the same time, it's like, don't meet your heroes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
stuff like that, I don't know.
Well,
I
going
don't
off
have
of
a
that,
very serious answer for this question.
going off of that, Joseph. Question number 2: would you like to be famous, and in what way?
No.
Hell no.
No.
Not in any stretch of the imagination.
The only thing that I would want to be famous for if it was like doing something like not for like being popular, but like some form of like technology, like being able to contribute to something that like benefited humankind. I don't want people like, oh my God, you're Gabe, you did this.
I would like to be well known among like whatever community I'm in.
Yeah.
So like that could be like the workforce or where I live or like something with that, and just be like, oh, you're this guy, like I've heard.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like I met you before, you seem like a really cool guy, blah blah blah.
So
like,
that's
just,
never gonna happen.
Just like, yeah, exactly. No one has ever had a positive experience with me. Let's be honest. But yeah, just like I guess more of a positive reputation than to be famous.
Gotcha.
I think there's a definite like distinction between those two. It's being famous, like that's gotta fucking suck. Constantly being watched and
Yeah,
shit.
you literally can't go anywhere.
You can't make any mistakes because then it'll be fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
You just can't be human.
I would definitely not want to be famous for being famous, like Kim Kardashian, like that kind of shit. Where it's like, what? You're not even like, what have you done? You know?
Dude, she's a millionaire.
Yeah, but she doesn't do
She
anything.
earned it all herself, okay? She did it all by herself.
Yeah, nothing from her
Yeah, I'm with
dad previous.
I don't know. But
Dude,
she-
I
Her
don't know.
mom's
Didn't
ex-husband.
she become famous from like...
the sex tape.
No, but she like...
No,
wasn't it? No, wasn't it the sex tape with what's
No.
That's what, like-
That's not why they're famous.
Yeah, she was famous before then. That just like gave her a big old boost.
Or is it because of the Jenner family?
Yeah, it's the Jenners.
Yeah.
Because was it Kardashian? One of them.
Dude, you
Something
can tell we don't know shit about her.
Yeah, I know someone related to them.
And I don't even care.
One of the mom's like ex-husbands or whatever was the lawyer in the OJ case.
Oh, that's what it was.
And then obviously Bruce Jenner was an
Olympian,
athlete,
Yeah.
an Olympian.
But either way, fuck them. All right. But I'm with Gabe, where it's like if I want to be famous for something that I'm proud of, you know? And, like, if I was, like, you know, musically talented, artistically talented, that'd be one thing, but, like, I'm not in any stretch of the imagination. But if I accomplish something that, like, you know, helps
You'd have
humanity,
to help people,
yeah, something like that, that'd be nice. So
it'd just be more of, like, the recognition. Just, like, feel like, you know, you did something with your life that was meaningful.
Yeah.
Not so much like, oh, can I take a picture with you?
Yeah. I'd be okay with, like, YouTube famous, like, within that respect, where it's, like, you get recognized every once in a while, but not, like, you can't leave your house,
Right.
you know?
My favorite story of people bamboozling the paparazzi is Daniel Radcliffe would wear the same outfit for like months so that the paparazzi just wouldn't take pictures of him because it looked like they're all the same picture.
That's pretty clever, actually. That's one way to do it.
Like, you know, because it's like, oh,
Yeah.
you're just giving me the same picture every day.
Yeah.
I would do shit.
You don't want to know anybody know you ever? You want to be anonymous?
I mean, yeah. That'd be preferred.
Psych, I know you're Reddit user.
What's stopping me from deleting it right now?
Nothing, I guess.
Well, like, what if you're like just a tiny bit famous, and you're walking down, you're at McDonald's, you know, munching some vegetarian, some shit, I don't know, and somebody's like, oh, hey.
Vegetarian McDonald's.
Somebody's like, hey,
Fries.
They have salads. Don't they all
like,
have
hey,
chicken?
I think they have
Pat's.
chicken.
Nice to meet you, and you're like, hi.
I mean, I would be like, hey, thanks.
What if
go
someone was
away.
like, hey, thanks for making this, you know, really cool boat with your marine engineering, and then, you know, I really appreciate you making this boat so I don't die.
I wouldn't tell him to fuck off. I would just say, hey, thank you, and then I'd go on my way.
Now buzz off.
No, fuck off.
Some damn peace and quiet.
I'll make the next boat sink on you.
Alright, next question. Number 3. Before making a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you're going to say?
Oh,
Why?
100%.
Oh, yeah.
All the time.
Like out loud or just like in your head?
In my head. I repeat it in my head.
Yeah.
And then my heart rate starts increasing as I'm pressing like the dial.
Nothing more stressful than typing in, especially if it's like you have to type in the numbers, like you're getting your haircut and you don't have the...
I was going to say, haircut is the one I was thinking.
You're like a
like,
doctor and it's like...
Well, it's like, it's funny, when it's like a haircut where it's a kind of routine, you like say the same thing every single time, so you shouldn't be nervous about it, but you're still nervous.
But
like,
you always word it a little bit differently every
Yeah.
time, and it's like, wow, that was stupid.
I feel like phone calls make me nervous, and I don't know why, because, like, I don't have that big of issues talking to people, but, like, phone calls are just weird, man.
It's because you can't see them.
Yeah, and,
you
like,
can't read their...
Sometimes you have, like, really shitty quality, and there's, like, pauses. Like, I was telling you guys earlier, I've had some companies, like, call me, and, you know, you have conversations, but they have the old, like, or they have company lines, so they're, like, slower and shittier quality. So there's, like, a noticeable delay, and I just feel awkward the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, they'll ask me a question, I'll answer, and there'll be a good, like, half second to a second pause, and I fucking hate it.
It's like when we're watching the news and they have an on-site person, and they
Yeah,
ask a question,
exactly.
and there's like that second, and then they reply, and it's like, did they hear and they were thinking what they're going to say, or they just not know?
I think they just have to wait, and I hate it.
Yeah.
It's the current year. The latency should be better on
Even, like, calling my mom, I get nervous. Like you're saying, like, phone calls just give me anxiety. Like, once I'm, like, in the phone call, it's fine, but just that beforehand, you're like...
Yeah.
Well, also, it's like, if someone's calling you, I feel like you don't know how good of service you have. Like, if you're calling someone, you'll be like, okay, let me get to an area where I know I have good service. Because, like, where I live at home, there's certain areas of my house, like, I get shit service, you know? So, like, I'm cognizant of that if I'm going to call someone. But if someone's calling me, like, my dad will, I swear to God, my dad calls me while he's driving. There's a couple times he'll be like, I'll answer, and he'll be like, all right, just so you know, in a couple minutes, I'm going to hit the dead zone. It's like, well, why would you call me?
Yeah,
wait 6 minutes so you're out of the dead zone.
I will say, I love the Pixel screen calling feature.
Oh my god.
Because it saved me from so many conversations I don't want to have and bots.
Dude,
there's so many bots.
I fucking love the screen call. If you don't know what it is, if you have a Pixel 3 or Pixel 2.
Yeah, it's the whole Pixel line.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if Pixel 1's got it.
I think it does.
Anyway, when you get a phone call, you have 3 options. Like, take it, deny it, or screen it. And if you press the screen button, then a robot answers the phone for you.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, the person trying to call is using a screening service. Who are you?
Yeah.
What's your name? What are you trying to do? And then when they talk, it'll like just transcribe live what they're saying, so you can read it. And if they're like, "Oh, it's Jimmy from boot camp or whatever," I don't know,
you can pick it up.
Then you can answer the phone and be like, "Hey, what's up, man?" Or if it's a bot, they probably won't say anything. And then you can like block the number and like mark it as spam. So it's super nice, especially for spam calls. But like I used it a few months ago because I like.
People react to it really weird.
Yeah, I went to the dentist and like my dentist was like calling me back about something and I didn't recognize the number. I recognized the area code. I'm like, I don't know if it's a bot or not. So I pressed screen, and so like I did the thing and he answered, "Oh, it's Dr. So and so from Apple Valley or whatever." And so I answered him, "Oh, hey, sorry, man." And he's like, "Oh, what was that?" I'm like, "Oh, it's this screen thing." He's like, "That's really cool." Like usually they're like actually kind of happy about it.
Right.
But.
Yeah, I had an internship call me, and they were like, "We're so and so," and I like hit answer, and like, "Oh, I was talking to your robot." And I was like, okay, like I read what you said, and she like tried to like repeat it. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I read it."
Yeah. Hopefully it becomes more of a standard feature.
Yeah.
For stuff 'cause it's so nice,
super useful.
Yeah. I just don't pick up phone calls. If they leave me a message, then it's important.
Yeah, exactly.
If they don't, then.
It's nice to have that because you can automatically just block numbers.
Yeah.
But with spam, they always change them anyway, so it's like...
Yeah, they can spoof them.
And especially when we're up here so far away, if I get a call from my area code, I'm like,
Well, it's such a pain in the ass. They always spoof the first 6 digits.
Right.
And the last 4
Exactly.
are,
So it's like,
random.
this is probably spam. So then I immediately screen call it.
Number, I'm skipping a few here because they're not as good for conversation, but...
Is that the point of them?
Well, not as for like group conversation.
We're not going to fall in love.
Yep. I know, I'm sorry, I'm skipping steps.
Then why am I even here?
If you're able...
Later, you and I can go through these jokes.
He thought this was speed dating.
If you're able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want?
Mind, 100%.
A bullet.
So to be clear, so from age 30 to 90, you'd have either the mind or body of a 30-year-old.
Yeah, I'd take mind. Like, if your body was that still fit, that's great. But if your mind's a fucking potato, you can't...
But if your mind is good and your body sucks, what can you do?
Crossword puzzles.
Yeah, like were you gonna sit and win at home Jeopardy? Like
okay, but could you imagine having like dementia, but the
Hey,
body of a
look at
30-year-old? Yeah, he's doing fine.
he's
no, he's
That was the joke.
that's beside my point. My point is that he did not have a body. Except his mind was still incredibly sharp, and he was able to contribute so much to the world of science.
And Joseph, here's what I would argue, is that if you have a sharp mind, you're more likely to still work out, as opposed to a good body.
It's not like your body's totally shot. It's not like you're in a wheelchair.
I'm just imagining like a vegetative state
It doesn't say that at all in the question.
versus a drone. See, those are my two. Like I'm going like you're dead in the head, but you can fucking power lift, or you're a vegetable. but man, you can finish those crossword puzzles.
And also, to be clear, you're not like a super genius. This is your current brain.
Yeah.
I know. I mean
it's not
that's
like
my
you're
point.
Stephen Hawking.
You're not gonna get better at crossword puzzles, Joseph.
Yeah, I don't know. And healthcare is going to keep on improving, hopefully.
And more expensive.
Probably.
That's just inflation.
But if you've got a sharp mind, you'll just move out of.
Or you'll just keep on working as like an engineer or whatever. As
you can still do consulting. Imagine how much experience you have. You have like a fucking 70 years of experience.
Yeah.
But that's a good point, though. Like, it'd be nice to not have to worry about injuries. Because if you fall when you're like 80, you're kind of fucked, man.
Just do agility training.
Just replace that leg.
Just don't fall.
I'm just saying, like, stuff gets a lot worse and more expensive when you're older and you get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be nice not to worry about
You
that.
heal slower.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd probably take the mind also, just because my grandma had dementia and my grandpa on the other side had Alzheimer's. So I'm like, just me with that. But
that shit sucks.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know, just the two. I'm or like
Polar
the
opposites.
complete polar opposites, like just far and just.
Speaking of being old,
The
next question is: do you have a secret hunch about how you will die?
Dayton, you want to start us off?
I'm sure it's gonna be something like, "Hey, watch this," or somebody saying, "Hey, Dayton, I bet you can't do this," and I'm like, "Fuck you, yes I can."
Maybe like 65 or something.
That's my bet.
You're gonna be in those boots that you can like go skiing with.
Oh,
by like
dude,
65 or 70.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, snow skates. That would be fucking hilarious.
I feel like I'll either die of natural causes, and not like heart attack or anything, or I'll get in a car accident because I've had some really close calls driving.
Dude, you brake super late.
I know, and it's not even that. Like,
That's like the worst thing you can do, especially in this weather.
Well, I'm more careful in the winter. Like,
I think you trust your ABS too much.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's the attitude that will get you killed.
That's what I'm worried about. Like, what if I get in a car accident? But also, I'm not gonna say it's hard to die from a car accident, but it's kind of hard to die from a car accident. Let's say a straight T-bone, you know? I'm saying there's a lot of variations of car accidents, and most of them don't result in death.
Well, it depends on it, like where you're living. If you're on the highway or like in the middle of a blizzard, like we are,
yeah,
it's a lot easier.
I don't know. Some of those semis aren't the most stable vehicles on the road.
Well, I feel like I'm fine on the highway. It's just like residential stuff. I'm sorry.
What?
Sketchy.
I think driving in the city is way safer.
Oh yeah.
You're not going nearly as fast.
Like in a metro, like a big city.
Oh, I'm talking like Houghton.
Well, no, I'm not like
in a residential.
I feel way less safe in Minneapolis than I do on a highway.
Really?
Yeah, because there's just people come off from anywhere, and I'm worried I'm gonna like go on a wrong one way or some shit.
Yeah, but even then, you're not going more than what, 40 miles.
Yeah, that's the nice thing.
Yeah,
40 miles an hour is still stupid fast.
It is, but today's cars are pretty safe.
And they're built to take.
Good thing I got an older car.
Okay,
mine's not that old.
I'm saying like older cars, meaning like
even like pre-2000s aren't that good.
Yeah.
I'm saying that you don't have to brake that much on the highway, so it's like I'm fine on the highway. You know, it's just when I
until there's like a fucking.
All right, this spring break, Jake was not driving.
Until there's a traffic jam and he doesn't notice.
Joseph, do you know you're gonna die?
I don't know in what facet, but it's just gonna be some crazy fucking accident. Just some random coincidence where it's gonna be like
you're gonna be that
blood
you're gonna be the one out of like 7 billion that gets struck by like a comet streaking.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be some dumb shit like that, like a tree's gonna fall on me or like something completely out of my control. Where it's been like, oh, had I turned left instead of right, you know, like just some shit. And it's one of those things where I should have turned right, but I definitely turned left accidentally, and then, you know, a boulder fell on me or like whatever. Anvil fell from the sky, you know, you never know.
Yeah, that happens all the time. I hate it when that happens.
Dude, those 8-story forges, you know.
Yeah.
Replacing their anvils.
They're the worst.
Next question.
What game did it?
Oh, sorry. What do you got?
It's gotta be like a heart attack or something crazy like that.
Oh, the Shane
liver
diet
disease?
based?
No, genetic based.
Well, I mean, I'm saying heart attacks are.
It would be genetic based. My family has heard that, and like
you should stop eating so much fast food then.
Yeah, I definitely am speeding up the process.
There's some risk factors you could avoid there.
Yeah,
but
I'm doing better.
You have been doing better.
Every podcast, you guys make fun of me, but you know what?
I've seen
peer pressure.
It's been getting better.
I've seen you cooking some stuff.
Yeah,
you know.
I did buy pizza today though.
Yeah, but there are worse.
Then you didn't even eat it.
We also were like out of food in a fucking blizzard. So,
yeah, you're trapped in.
You know, I'll take what I can get. It was the closest place, and I didn't have to drive to it.
Yeah.
So
I'm telling you, I would have skied. I would have skied to gyms if I had to. I'm going to skip to the last question of set 1.
Whoa.
Oof, big jump.
If you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be?
Compassion. What?
Next question.
And I'm going to keep it like real world. You can't have like superpowers.
Did I just break Dayton?
I know.
No, I just think that's so funny.
I know what mine would be. I would do programming because I fucking suck at it, but I know it's super useful. Very, very useful.
Wait, can you repeat the question?
If you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability.
Oh, ability. Oh.
So you can like handstand indefinitely.
Can I get a passive health regen? A better one, because
You're gonna live to like 200. Just want to kill yourself, but you can't. You're like Wolverine. You can't get drunk. And
Mine would be only having to sleep 1 hour per day.
That's not real. I feel like a real thing. Are
It's
there people who can do that in the world?
Okay, well, I want to be one of those super sleepers that can sleep 6 hours in a day and feel fully rested.
All right, fine.
But
I'm thinking like it has to be like something that somebody else has.
Yeah. That second one I just listed
right.
is a very real.
Dayton
Is
would be
there
a
a
super
small
sleeper.
percentage that's like it's like 4 hours?
I don't know. But
I know
the smallest one is what I
Dayton's
want.
trying to sleep as little as possible.
I mean,
It's called cocaine, Dayton.
I'd probably pick self-confidence, and I'm not being like Mimi, but like just more confidence in like my decisions and like myself. I
That
guess.
would have been like a good answer. But I picked a
You can
marketable
change
skill.
your answer. I mean.
Nah, I'm gonna stick with programming.
Yeah.
ooh, I
Just
don't know.
having less indecisiveness would be nice.
You're gonna stick with compassion.
I don't know. It was pretty funny. And I'm not taking any of these questions seriously, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're gonna be the best blueberry picker on the planet.
No thanks. That sucks. I've done it before. It's awful.
I know. I hate doing it too.
Yeah, I don't understand why like that's a thing that
You
families
pick?
do. Yeah, like
Dude,
oh,
like
it'd
you
be
pick
so
or
fun.
picking for,
it's
like-
all like
Dude.
moms. Like oh, let's go pick blueberries.
Dude,
They're
I know
just
kids
boring
that
as
have fun.
shit.
Dude, it is just a sham. The blueberry industry pushes on us as an experience to
Oh, it
build
is.
character.
Oh, it totally is.
It's-
It's a complete.
It's not an
crock of shit.
experience. It's a piece of shit. It sucks. Oh, I just fucking dropped that. That's cool.
Jesus Christ.
I feel like tangent. I feel like some fruits are not as bad. Like apples, fine. Apples are easier to pick.
Okay, that
Never do you pick peaches.
Yeah, how many apples have you picked?
Oh, dude,
Peaches is the worst.
Why?
Because
I
you
would-
get the fuzz all in your arms and hands.
And peaches are so juicy too. You probably get like juice everywhere.
Yeah, never. Pro tip. Life pro tip. Never do you pick peaches.
Gabe, I've probably gone to 3 apple orchards, maybe 4 or 5 in my life.
It's
been a minute, though.
I'm sorry for you.
The most I've ever picked is like me and Dayton were mountain biking a couple times and ran into apple trees. So like, hey, let's get some apples.
That's actually nice. Like, yeah, that's.
That was actually pretty nice.
They're
Those
probably
are
all
good.
crab apples.
No, they're
They're
apples.
real
Oh,
apples.
Yeah, I brought some.
We were playing disc golf too.
Oh,
Yeah, those were good.
Yeah.
But like, it sucked getting them because I'm short as fuck. 5'8".
It was like if I
I had
remember
Dayton
correctly,
grab me some apples.
when I was like in summer daycare, we'd go like on a field trip every other day or whatever, and apple orchard was in the rotation. They would pop up every once in a while.
Summer daycare?
Dude,
Yeah, my parents were.
No. I'm not confused about what summer daycare is.
No.
I'm confused about apple picking during summer daycare.
No, we go on field. We go to like the
but
water
it's in the
park
fall.
or
Apples
like
are in the
Chuck E.
Apple
Cheese.
season is like September
Oh.
to October.
There are some in August.
Are there?
It's gotta be dependent on the species. or
I guess
something.
yeah, early
I
August.
feel like I
or
went
late
to daycare one
August.
time. Maybe I didn't. I don't know.
It's a false memory.
It probably is.
Look, I'm not saying that like not like those local fruit whatever or farms like the fruit's pretty good because
Yeah.
it's fresh.
Yeah.
But I want to fucking pick it. Like that's your job. Just give me the good apples. Give me the good blueberries. I don't want to fucking pick it myself.
Then you can do it.
You're doing a good job
I don't know.
selling it.
There are people that come to the U-Pick and pick to sell.
The
to
crazy
other,
part is you
like, I'm not shitting you. One year I worked there, this guy would come every day at like 8 a.m. because that's when we open, and he would pick over $100 worth of blueberries. It's $1.75 a pound.
Good lord.
So here's the deal.
That's a 7-pound bucket.
Here's the biggest bullshit about U-Pick. You're paying for like the blueberries, or for example, blueberries.
Yeah.
But
They don't
you're
have to pay labor.
Yeah, they don't have to pay
Yeah.
labor at all. You're
Yeah.
doing the fucking labor, and you're
Yeah.
paying for the fucking fruit.
That's
Like,
the idea.
No, it's
It's
fucking
cheaper.
dumb.
It's cheaper.
Oh, then like buying it out of
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Extra paying for the labor.
It's about $1.70. Well, it is $1.75 for U-Pick at our place, and then it's about
Did I mention that we have a blueberry farm?
to Grand Chip Farms on this
South
address.
Haven, yeah, in Blue Star Highway in South Haven. And then it's about $2.50 a pound if you buy it.
Oh, okay.
pretty-
So you
What's
save a
the
little
average? What's the average pound per hour for like a?
Yeah, does it math out?
So our top picker.
We're going so deep into this shit. I love it.
So our previously, I don't know what the current standings are.
You're a little out of touch.
Yeah. So previously one of our top pickers could pick 4 buckets, so those are about
28 pounds.
20 to 35.
Oh, he overfilled it.
Oh yeah, they overfill them. Like 7 pounds is like not quite full, but you can fill them up pretty good. Maybe it's about 30 pounds in about 45 minutes maybe.
Damn, he's been picking blueberries for a while.
Yeah, it is really quick.
Do you have a higher profit margin on you pick or on packaged blueberries?
Package.
We could have just asked that question.
Actually, you know what? I don't
Totally
know. I couldn't tell you because
stay tuned to episode 22.
You pick is so variable where it's
depends on their speed.
Right.
It depends on like because we don't okay. My dad isn't too concerned about the profit margin of the you pick because first of all, people that you pick are just picking the best berries. Like what we hand pick or machine pick. Anything that is blue is off the bush. So, like, they're just clearing bushes, whereas people are inspecting the berries before they eat. I mean, they're spot picking. They're picking the biggest berries they can find.
Yeah.
And
picking those Spartans.
Yeah.
Well, it's by the pound, so, like...
Yeah. But, like...
Well, they think that the biggest ones taste the best.
Yeah, yes. Essentially, people think, oh, it's a bigger berry, it's going to be better. I think
people are stupid.
Yes.
How do you prevent them from just eating them out on the?
We don't.
Dude, if they can
on blueberries.
Okay,
tell me
that $1.75 a pound. If they can even eat a pound of that, they're out barely nothing.
Yeah,
that's true.
Like it just doesn't.
And like if you eat a pound of blueberries, your stomach's gonna be upset and you're gonna be shitting black for the next couple days. I can tell you from experience on that one.
Yeah, like, who gives a shit if you have 2 handfuls of blueberries while you're out there?
Joseph's working those 12-hour days. He just eats blueberries for lunch off the bush.
Oh. Yeah. So.
That was.
Did you have an answer, Justin? Do you want to call your ability?
Be able to pick 50 pounds of blueberries at
I would
45
say
minutes.
Better
than the top picker.
Just a little bit better than the top picker.
Like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Just so I can be right in front of him as they're weighing him up. Probably economic foresight. If that makes sense. So like being able to, because like you.
Wait. How is that not a superpower?
It's not
mine isn't.
Well, like
mine. Let him explain himself. I'm skeptical also.
Like how some people like can study economics and like they understand where market trends are moving, and like some people are just better at guessing.
Basically, you're just skipping all that schooling.
I just
skipping the schooling, skipping like the experience. You just have that immediately.
Yeah, where I can see the market trends.
See that makes
Yeah, that's reasonable.
But like obviously,
you can still get wrong guesses.
Yeah, it's not like 100% correct, but I have a better intuition of where market trends are.
I think this question's busted.
Oh well, yes.
Well, Dayton, let's move on to set 2. All right, we're going deeper.
All right.
I just imagining Dayton talking to a girl like, this question's bullshit. Like, who the fuck does he think he is?
Honestly, if she doesn't agree with me, get out of here.
If you don't agree with me with everything I have to say, get the fuck out of my life.
I'll go live on a farm in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Pick blueberries.
Set 2, number 1. If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know?
Yikes. That's some fucking deep ass shit.
Dude, we're only in set 2. We do it to set 3.
Set 3 is gonna be like.
Wait. So we're assuming that this doesn't open up the whole like
time paradox bullshit?
Yeah.
About yourself, your life, the future, or anything else.
So you can just ask any question about your life.
But if you're asking about the future and then you go and do that like willingly, does that disrupt it?
I don't want to get into paradoxes. Let's just say, what would you want to know about your future self, Dayton? Is there anything that you're curious about?
Can't think of anything.
Really? I have so many questions.
Right.
I'd be like,
shoot.
When am I getting married? Who am I getting married to? What house? Like, where am I going to end up living? What job am I going to have? I'm going to be happy at my job.
Well, we can tell who the anxious one of the group is.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to know all that shit. Because I would relieve some stress. Or maybe induce more stress. I don't know.
I just thought of one. Where in the entire world will I be happiest? Bada bing, bada boom, blah.
I don't know.
Plane ticket there.
I don't think answer questions about that.
That's my future.
You can see where you will be, but you don't know what the best version of yourself would be. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Read the question again.
Let me rephrase this.
Hold on. Let him read the question again, because I just want to understand.
If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future,
definitely fits,
or anything else,
All right, fine. All right.
I think
that
you get to ask a fucking question.
I think that's a valid question.
Do you think it'd be like in Europe or somewhere else?
I have no clue where it'd be. I haven't been.
What if it was like in Antarctica? Would you go to Antarctica?
Dude, if that's where I'm happiest, then hell yeah, I would.
Gabe, what do you got?
I'd make it work.
I'm still thinking. You go to Joseph first.
So part of me would say, what's the answer to life, the universe, and everything?
42.
And, and then you got to ask it what the question is.
Yeah.
But it's from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Anyone hasn't seen that? Classic movie.
Or read it.
And book.
More classic book than movie.
It was a radio show before that.
Turned into a book.
Hey, neat facts. I'm just spewing them, okay? I don't know. I like Dayton's answer.
Yeah, Dayton's got a good answer.
I'd also want to know what career would be I'd be happiest in.
That was gonna be mine actually. It'd be what would be my perfect, like what job would make me the happiest.
And how do I get there?
I mean, I don't know how many trailing questions I'm allowed to ask.
Yeah.
Hey, you got this crystal ball. I mean,
and then how much money will I have then?
Yeah.
And who will I be married to? And how will we get married? How will I meet them? Blah, blah, blah.
Well, my first question would be, I want 7 more questions.
I think it's just you
What?
got this
That's not a
crystal ball.
question. That's a statement.
No. Can I have 7 more questions?
There we go.
Also, these questions aren't supposed. Okay. These questions are being asked to tell about who you are, not to analyze the question.
Yeah, well, you're asking the
You're
wrong
asking
group.
a bunch of STEM majors.
A bunch of engineers.
Very specific questions.
All right, number 14.
Why do you just make that into a penis?
It's funny.
Is there something that you've dreamed of doing for a long time? Why haven't you done it yet?
Dream of doing?
Resources.
What do you mean?
Like, most of the things I want to do.
Oh, that's why you haven't done it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think it's like what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I want to do some
resources.
No, most of the things that I haven't done.
Kill the planet.
It's because I haven't constructed enough pylons to get enough resources.
Well, what do you want to do?
This is since you were a child?
It just
No,
says,
it's just in
is there
general.
something you've dreamed of doing for a long time?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, most of it, it's like I don't have money or time or location or whatever. Like, you know, I'm kind of locked into this whole college business at the moment.
They got me on that DLC.
Yeah,
I know.
so.
Yeah, I have nothing. I'm not really a big bucket list kind of a guy. I always said, like, I want to learn guitar. I feel like if I started, I would just, like, give up because it'd be too hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I think something, like, creative like that or, like, make a video game would be cool. But, like, the reason why is because, again, I suck at programming or, like, I don't know, I feel like I suck at being creative.
Also, it's a huge financial and...
Also, yeah, you got, like, so much money and time. Like, I could drop everything and, you know, try and learn it, but that's
like,
just way too risky.
You know, make a game by yourself, and it's, you know...
Yeah.
That's why I gotta suck.
I'm gonna have to live off of ramen for, like, 10 years to get it out.
And then... You know, low chance to be the next Stardew Valley where one person makes it.
Yeah, or Undertale or anything like that.
I think for me it would be doing a through hike.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're good at it soon, hopefully, right?
Well, I don't know about soon.
Well, I mean, you're
You're
moving across the country
Yeah.
where you could feasibly do that.
Yeah, yeah. The only way that I could see it working out with how much like time off I'll be getting at my job that I'll be working at is like if I like move jobs in like, I don't know, like 5-10 years, and then in between jobs I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna take off like 3 months, kind of eat through some of my savings and just do this through hike.
Mm-hmm.
That's really the only way that I could see that doing. And then I mean, even then, it's like, even if I stay at a job for like 10 years, I'm only 32. I could still very easily do a through hike.
Yeah.
I've seen people that are like 50 or 60 do through hikes.
Yeah. There's some really fit old people.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, those people aren't doing the amount of miles that the younger people are doing.
But still.
It's still a feat nonetheless.
And then that's when your ultralight lifestyle really come into play, because then you're not carrying as much, so your feeble body won't.
Feeble.
Well, because
Vegetative state body.
Yeah.
because his mind is going to be the
He's on a
superior.
fucking hover wheelchair, but he's got a mind.
hover
that's-
around.
Yeah. But don't worry, his mind's as sharp as a 30-year-old.
At 32.
Yeah. Yeah, you really saved yourself those 2 years.
All right, skipping ahead a little bit, number 17. What is your most treasured memory?
Oh, jeez.
I don't have shit. I'm not old enough.
I have one. I'll start. Let you guys think a little bit. My most treasured memory is from New Zealand, obviously. And it was when I was on a road trip with 3 of my friends. And it was kind of like, just past sunset, so it's getting dark. We're driving along, the highways, mountains, it's gorgeous. And I'm driving, and I'm just chilling there, and we're just like talking. And then I remember them just kind of falling asleep in the back. I'm just kind of there, just quiet, beautiful landscape,
And then
listening to
you
music.
go off the cliff.
I just letting them sleep in the back and stuff. It was just very peaceful, and it felt good, I miss that.
All right. Yeah, I mean, likewise, mine was in New Zealand, too.
God damn it.
Dude, fuck!
Mine was also in New Zealand.
I mean, mine was, we just woke up super early to watch the sunrise.
Mm.
And it was just an incredibly beautiful sunrise, and we got, like, a time-lapse video of it. And I was just, like, running around on the beach. Because
Classic Dave.
classic me. I just had a lot of energy at the time. So.
Probably like what? How early was it?
Yeah, it was probably like 5 or 6.
Right.
And I was just running around, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah, just that entire time, like on like that path was fun.
Yeah, beaches are great, man. Joseph, what do you get?
I would have to say, I can kind of think of 2, I guess. 2 that really stick out. And they're kind of similar. So, when we first moved into college freshman year, like moving into the dorms, seeing campus and like getting a feel for like you guys in my, well, I guess only Gabe was in my hall, but like the guys in my hall and like meeting people around me, just that whole experience, and even into like the first like month or so of like getting a feel for what's going on and like who everyone is and who I am and like that kind of stuff. Just that whole like quote unquote truly being on my own.
Well, it's the most alone you've been.
Exactly. And then secondary to that would be that first day we moved into this house.
Ah, yeah.
And like
that was
I-
fun.
That was a very
throwing
distinct
all
day.
our shit in here
And
and
just
like
getting slam hammered.
getting slam hammered and like an empty ass house. And like I remember I slept on an air mattress that
You
night.
slept on the floor that night.
Yeah.
I think I blew up my inflatable pad, which is nice.
I remember Gabe and Max setting up their computers on our now beer pong table because they needed their computers
Well,
that
we had
day.
nothing to do.
I know.
I had no furniture.
Oh, and you guys didn't have jobs at the time, did you? Or you weren't?
No, I
still
had my
working?
job, but I think I took a week off to move in or something.
Oh.
Yeah, and like this was that day, like, and I left the next day. I remember I left, and it started snowing on my drive back. There was snow on the ground. Like this is the beginning of summer. Like,
Yeah.
I wish you could have seen that the first day in the house because I haven't seen a game.
I
New
remember we
Zealand.
went and
We
got
have
food.
video. We have some videos of it.
I
Yeah.
don't see 'em.
We went to go get food to get grilled cheeses. I distinctly
Yes,
remember that.
we made
Wait.
grilled cheeses and tomato soup that day.
I think I set my computer up too.
I think
I
I don't remember.
Or maybe I have a
Maybe-
video of like me playing on one of your guys.
Yeah.
you might have in your room because I remember moving your.
Oh yeah,
desk
because
up.
I had my desk.
You had your
So
desk.
I
and
probably
you and
set mine
Max
up
didn't
already.
have your desks up.
No, well, I had my dad bring all of my furniture from my room,
Yeah.
so I had to wait like 2 weeks. I think it was. So I didn't have a bed for like 2 weeks. I
Yeah.
slept on the fucking floor, which sucked. That was not fun.
Yeah. I
'Cause
remember
it's
just
hard
like
to-
You
it's
still
hard
sleep
floor.
on the floor.
Yeah, but at least there's a fucking bed in between me and the floor.
Yeah, I just remember like just throwing all our shit in the house because we were staying at Tyler's house for that weekend.
What an experience.
I left to go hang out with Patty that
Yeah,
weekend.
you drove down to Marquette.
I remember dropping you guys off, and then, or more or less, like dropping some of your guys' shit off and then leaving from there. Yeah.
And then us coming in, and that one guy was still living in the third floor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was
For like a week or so.
Yeah, bouncing off of that, just before you go game, is like my first day I was here, which when I came up in the summer, that summer to like get all my furniture and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it was that day or the next day, we just sat on the porch all day and like ate Little Caesars and like drank beer. God, that was a good time. I love that so much.
Yeah, I think I keep like reminiscing about the first summer we spent here because, you know, Joseph said that he left, but me, Dayton, and Max, who was on the podcast for the famous We Got Drunk episode, and Alan, we all stayed here for the summer, and just like I don't have very specific
Well,
memories.
Josh was here too.
Yeah, was he on the podcast?
No, he wasn't.
No,
We
yeah,
talked
no.
about him.
But I don't have like a specific memory about it, but just sitting on the porch, drinking and listening to music, or just playing disc golf. We played disc golf like 5 times a week over the summer.
Yeah.
At least 5 times. We got pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
at
I
disc
know
golf.
you guys did, because I played with Dayton one
I
time.
kicked your ass.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus Christ, like,
Yeah, we got
there's no
really
disc
good at
golf
this
near me. Like, I don't even have a chance to try.
Yeah, just that memory is really fond, and like you were saying, like just college as an experience in general has been super positive. It's kind of like bumming me out that you guys are all leaving. Because like, I mean, I still have like other friends, you know, from other grades, but like you guys are my core friends. It's gonna suck.
The main homies.
Yeah, the main group, main boys.
What we talked about too is like after leaving, like finding new friends. You know, it's gonna be.
I don't want to do that. I already
I
got
think
you
it's
guys.
gonna be like that.
I don't know. I'm worried about it, but then we got time
Just be
for.
more likable. Like
Yikes.
I'm a very likable person.
We got time for a couple more things. We're not gonna get past these because they get really deep after this. It's like,
Dude,
a little
hit
too
me
deep
with
for the
a
podcast.
tier 3.
No, I
Let's
can't
go.
do it.
Hit me with one.
No.
It's because Jacob doesn't want to answer.
Yeah,
That's why he's not
I mean,
asking.
Hit me with
Just one. We just want
Hit
one.
me with one.
We can
Okay,
go back to tier 2 if we have time.
it's too deep, we'll back out.
All right. Hold on. Let me see.
We can edit this.
We
if
must
it's that
go
bad.
deeper.
It's not gonna be that bad. We'll be fine. In worst case, you read it and we're like, "Fuck that," and we go back.
Yeah.
You know. So.
We'll just,
This one's pretty. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
This isn't that bad. If you were to die this evening with no opportunity to communicate with anyone, what would you most regret not having told someone? Why haven't you told them yet? That's what I'm saying.
All right.
This is tier 3.
Huh. Oh, there's gonna be a lot of silence while everyone thinks about this garbage.
I don't know. I think for me, I know that I have a hard time expressing how much like people mean to me.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying that like in words instead of just in actions. I think that's probably what I would regret most.
Yep.
I think my biggest thing would be that I think everybody thinks, you know, obviously you know yourself the most, but that doesn't mean that everybody understands how you're thinking. And I think it would kind of, like whenever I hear like of people dying or whatever suddenly, it's like I feel like they never got a full chance to be able to explain who they are as a person, or like what they're really thinking. So not to a specific person, but just being able to like explain how uniquely like each, you know, everyone thinks uniquely, like how I think about things. That being said, I'm too lazy to write it down.
Would you even be able to write it down? Do you think?
I don't think I can because, to begin with, I'm very bad at describing how I feel or even like things or events. I am a terrible storyteller, so I feel like describing the specific, unique way I think is just incredibly difficult. Even with like the times I've gone to the therapist has been really like difficult for me to express like, specifically the way I feel. So I don't think I could really like capture it. But I think it's kind of a shame because I think everybody feels or like thinks about things in a very unique way. And it's just hard for anybody to understand it.
Yeah. That makes me think of there's a comedian I like. There's one set where he talks about kind of how he fell in love with his now wife. He's like, falling in love is interesting because when you fall in love with somebody, it's like saying like, hey, you have a special skill. They're like, I know. you have a special skill too. And you're like, I know. But like you get it, you know? You kind of understand somebody in that way. But kind of going off what you said, Gabe, I think I have a similar thing where I would regret not being able to tell my parents, my brother, I guess, how I really am. Because I'm not always myself around them. Like I kind of put on like a front a little bit. So not being able to tell them who I really am and also like how I really feel about them.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Joseph.
It's gonna be a fucking joke.
No.
How much he fucking hates us.
No, it would probably have to be with my family. How much like they truly mean to me. I mean, my family has a very strong track record of poor communication. So just like with that in general, it's like I also feel like I was a shit child. Like
you haven't proven to them yet that you're not a piece of shit or something?
No, like I feel like I was kind of bratty, kind of mean, like I was the fourth child. Like you get a little spoiled by that point. Like your parents stop caring about certain things. You're just like whatever, get them to shut up. You know.
Here's some money.
Give him an iPad.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Throws money at kid.
I mean, not to like a severe extent, but like there was definitely aspects of that.
Yeah.
And so like looking back on that, I feel bad about like being a shit child.
Okay, but how are you now?
I mean, I'm better now, but I feel like I enter, I guess, similar situations, and that reminds me of it, and it's like, wow, I don't know. I feel like I need to be more respectful of my parents now because.
But did you learn from it?
Oh yeah, I did. But I just feel
that's what childhood's for.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying, like, I feel like I think that my parents think that I am not as appreciative of them. And even my sisters and, like, my whole family, like, I have this fear that they think that I'm not appreciative. And that'd be one thing. And, like, I am trying to get better. And, like, like, whenever, like, I don't know, my parents, like, even if they cook me a meal, I always try to be like, hey, like, I get it, like, you're happy to see me, and, like, this, you want to do this for me, but I still want to thank you, and, like, you know, anything like
Once
that.
you start cooking on your own, you say thanks for meals a lot more.
And, like, and yeah, but, like, not even meals, just, like, anything, that'd be one thing, is...
Thanks for the blueberries.
Yeah.
Blueberries.
Thanks for all the fish.
Yeah. Thanks for the black shit.
Alright, we'll do one more, and this is still 2-3. It didn't seem like 2-3 to me, but you know, we'll go with it.
Alright.
Your house, containing everything you own, catches fire. After saving your loved ones and pets, you have time to safely make a final dash to save any one item. What would it be, and why?
Well, Dane could grab anything, and that would contain everything.
Wait. So
I steal the whole house.
Is this assuming that you have like your birth certificate, your passport, everything like that? That's fine.
Like
your house, containing everything you own, catches fire.
Well, okay, but if I'm a pragmatist, I'm gonna say whatever the hell it is.
Dave.
Don't fucking fight me over semantics.
It'd be in a safe. Come on. You'd have it in a safe if
like
you
a
had
fire.
it.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's in a fire.
Shit's not in a safe.
My shit is in a bag in a safe.
Well, mine's not right now.
I mean,
but I also don't have renter's insurance, so I would actually lose everything.
I mean, you can get a passport back. It's a pain in the ass, but you can get another passport. Birth certificate's more of a pain in the ass. Social Security, you can get another one of those.
Yeah, Social Security is just like as long as you know your number.
I guess, are you guys sentimental? I mean, that's a question I think it's really asking. Is there anything sentimental you cannot replace?
There's nothing that's like...
I would say whatever...
I feel like I'd go after something with more material value at that point.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing that's like so... I already have like the people. Like that's obviously the most valuable thing.
Mm-hmm.
I already have, So at that point, there's nothing that's like so sentimental like... This was my great-great-grandpa's like watch or anything like that. I don't have anything in my possession. So I feel like I just find that something that's worth the most value and at least keep it trying to fucking replace it, or if I didn't have
It's like you
insurance.
grab your computer.
Yeah, like if my car burns down, it burns with it. Like there's insurance for that.
Yeah.
My computer doesn't have fucking insurance. You know, at that point, I don't know how much it's gonna be worth.
Mm-hmm.
So like just saving that value. I guess you could claim that in house insurance, though, couldn't you? Fuck! I claim my house insurance and it'd be fine.
Yeah,
I wouldn't need to lose anything.
I feel like then you would go for something sentimental.
Yeah, because there's
like,
nothing I have in my possession.
There is a John Mulaney bit, similar,
Which one?
where he's blackout drunk and he finds out months later.
Oh yeah.
Someone from this party stole a photo album
A
book,
bunch of antique photos.
and he thought it was him because he was blackout drunk, but it turned out to be someone else. He asked his friend, you know, why would you do this? Like, what kind of sick person are you that you would steal people's pictures? Like, what value do you get out of this? And he looks him square in the eye and says, "This is the one thing you can't replace."
Yep.
Dude, that's some like tier 5 chaos.
Oh yeah.
But that's the thing. I was like, I don't have anything like that. I don't have any antique photos or.
Yeah.
I think that's why I would save my computer though, is I have some important data on there.
I just thought of one. The picture that's hanging above my computer is one that my grandpa painted,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'll grab that sooner than anything else.
That's a good one.
That's fair.
But
I have nothing.
I think that's really the only sentimental thing that I really have.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't got shit,
I don't have
man.
anything. Just fucking claim a home insurance, man. I think data is probably the most. Most of that shit's
all
backed
mine-
up.
But like, I
all
don't
mine's
even
on the
have
cloud.
anything like that important on my computer. Besides,
Yeah.
like,
If my computer like went up in flames right now, I have enough backups where it'd be fine.
I mean, if I don't have my flash drive, I'm gonna get my flash drive because I have like my school shit on that.
All
You
that
know?
shit's.
Yeah, but I feel
synced
like
with
if
the
my
cloud
house
for me.
burns down, that's a valid excuse for me not going back to school this semester.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got more to worry about.
I wish I had something sentimental, but I'm not a sentimental person. Like, I just don't find value in things. As it likes like the love languages, like gifts, I don't really give a shit about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like there's small things, but nothing worth risking my life to run into a
Yeah, I
fire
mean, there's some
for.
things that like that matter to me, but not like I don't know. I feel like I don't know. That's a hard question.
Well, it's hard for us, I think, because of the people we are, you know?
Yeah.
For other people to be like...
And like the
you
stage
gotta-
we are in our lives, we're like,
It's like, yeah, we haven't got enough sentimental things.
I
That's
think
true.
we're 22, 21. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and half of that, we've barely been able to do anything with our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than half of that, like,
Yeah.
you know, like
We were told exactly
11
what
years
to do.
old, like, come on.
Yeah. You're told exactly what to do and how to do it.
Well, there we go, boys. I don't think we fell in love, but, you know, we came close. We tried.
I don't know. I feel a little different. I feel all
I
warm.
got butterflies in my stomach.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, I don't know if I need Patty anymore.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't think this study is, like, foolproof, but I think it does some good questions in it. I mean, you guys haven't seen all of them, but I've seen most of them now, and there's some good combos you can have with maybe a friend or a partner. So if you want to do it yourself, just Google, like, I don't know, fall in love, stare into each other's eyes for 4 minutes. That's what I usually Google.
You don't have a link
I
right
mean,
now?
I can put it in, like, our Instagram post.
Okay. Just Google it.
I mean, literally.
Find it yourself using
If you literally Google, like, 36 questions to fall in love, you'll find it. But I'll throw a link in the description.
It's going to be a
also.
BuzzFeed quiz or something.
It's New York Times. Thank you very much.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Again, you can find us on Spotify, iTunes, and SoundCloud. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter for some funny pictures of Joseph. That's usually what ends up going up on there.
Is that all it is now?
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see you next week and Monday at 9 a.m. Bye.
See ya.